to grab people's attention. You think you're not addicted to sugar. Bitten's going to go through the 3 categories, but especially that one, those that are addicted to sugar. What are the signs and symptoms of those addicts?
Okay, first of all, loss of control. That is one of the most important symptoms to see, but you don't really want to see that one because it's so painful. All the times you promise, I'm going to do this diet, you do a diet, you do beautiful, and then you have 1 bite. And then you think, oh, that went well, so tomorrow you take 2 bites. And before you know it, you have lost control over your eating again. You start hiding, lying, sneaking. That's another symptom. People don't hide, lie, and sneak about cucumber, I promise you. I've never met one. So, it's the certain foods. And then I think another symptom is shame. Shame over, you think you're crazy, you think you're stupid or no moral or low character. It's not. Your brain is hijacked. So you have the loss of control. Not everybody gain weight, not at all. Some people are very, very skinny. Many people are normal weight, and others are overweight. The problem is that it affects your brain. So another symptom you get is foggy brain. You have strange bouts of tiredness that you don't know where they come from. You lose energy. You feel miserable. You can feel anxiety or anger, irritation, but you prefer eating instead of being with your family. So you start isolating, and you get the high from eating. So you're more into intensity with your drug than intimacy with people around you. And it's also the shame that makes you back off. You don't want people to see what you're doing, how you get up at night, or you go to a dinner, you eat normal, and then on the way home, you go by the store and you buy a lot of, crazy foods, and you start eating that. And then the next morning you feel, miserable and think, why didn't I do that? I'm never going to do it again. And you do it again. Your stomach get upset because, these kind of processed foods and ultra processed food, they ruin your microbiome, your intestinal flora. So you more easily, you will have inflammations and infections and virus and get a cold, and you start feeling miserable in that way. And you think, what's wrong with my body? You get strange ache and pains in your body that you didn't have before. You don't know where it's coming from because it's a low-grade inflammation. So, all these symptoms, you lose concentration. Actually, so many of my clients have told me, I thought I was getting dementia or something, because they get into cognitive decline. And the thing is that there are 2 organs in the body that are extremely sensitive to the wrong food or the wrong fuel mix, as I'm saying. The brain. So you get a type of something we call cerebral glucose hypometabolism, which is that your energy, if you think about it, the glucose doesn't go into the cells in your brain anymore. That's why we love ketones, right? But that's another story. But your cells get somewhat blocked in your brain. And that also leads to having problems with your sleep. So my clients used to say, yeah, I sleep, but it's like I sleep above the bed and I'm tired when I wake up. And the other organ too that affects a lot, especially in women, is your thyroid. Our thyroid is very important for a high energy level that is working properly. And when you eat non-nourishing foods, it's going to be lower. And also the problem with that is that the healthcare doesn't recognize it, because it's one day you have a hyperthyroidism and then the other day you have hypo. So, it's very hard to diagnose an intermittent functioning thyroid, but it affects the whole body, your adrenals. You can get burnout, you get all kinds of weird symptoms, but mostly it is, you think you have a depression. You think you eat on your depression. or moodiness or, unhappiness. But actually, it is a loss of energy. And that's when I saw, when I looked at your page and everything, there was a high energy. And that's what we need to restore. We need to repair mitochondria. We need to repair energy. So I have a slide that says, you think you eat because you're miserable, but you are miserable because you eat the wrong food.
Yeah.
And that could summarize what addiction is all about. But it's important to understand it is a physical brain illness. And you get physical, psychological, social, or spiritual consequences. You lose touch with life and your life energy and how you feel. So that's terrible.